ADP, the nation's biggest payroll company that literally tens of thousands of companies use to do their payroll, says U.S. companies unexpectedly cut payrolls in the month of March. Massive job losses. But don't worry, they got carbon taxes to shut down your businesses, home inspections, new taxes at every level. They're announcing, and Bloomberg, failed banks may get pension fund backing as FDIC seeks cash, ordering pension funds to dump their money in. It makes my head spin, the robbery that's going on right now, and how people are becoming dependent on the government. Alex Newman, again with this key article from JBS.org, Mumbai terror attack was U.S. agent. We have another headline I'm going to put up from a few months ago about the underwear bomber. Underwear bomber, the sharp-dressed man who aided underwear bomber on the flight 253 was U.S. government agent. Again, sharp-dressed man who aided underwear bomber on the flight 253 was U.S. government agent. And it's U.S. government agents every time leading the groups, telling them to carry out violence. Here's another one. NBC Today. Synagogue bomb suspects. The feds put us up to it. In fact, I had that Times of London headline that was similar, saying, you know, these informants and these stings are maybe illegal, but they want the illusion there are these terrorists everywhere. But then meanwhile, when you've got the illegal aliens killing cops, killing ranchers, burning their houses down from Texas to California, lawmakers demand administration deploy National Guard, Border Patrol after killing. Lawmakers from Arizona and New Mexico are ratcheting up their demands. The Obama administration deploy hundreds of National Guard troops at Border Patrol agents at the Mexican border after the killing of a prominent Southeast Arizona rancher. He had helped illegal aliens that were dying in the desert, but he'd also criticized the open border. Well, he's been murdered now. That's how the government down there does things. Going back and closing to Alex Newman, I'm glad you're reporting on this in the U.S. This is a big story, and I know you're on it. Other points you'd like to add about all this evidence of terrorism being staged?
Yeah, well, I mean, what it really goes to show is that this war on terror is really a scam. I mean, if they need to go around radicalizing people, getting people to say stupid things, using their agents to work in terror camps, what it shows you is that really a lot of this stuff wouldn't be happening without the government involvement. So it really is a scam to take our freedom and to take our money. Sure, they probably convince some dupes from time to time that, you know, they're going to go meet Allah if they go blow themselves up. I'm sure there's plenty of people that actually believe what they're doing is, you know, for whatever cause they think they're working for. But all of these government fingerprints all over everything, what it shows is that it's a scam and that this stuff wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for them. So, I mean, the American people really need to start waking up. Your listeners, I really hope they go out and talk to all their friends and their family and, you know, tell people to just go on the internet, start Googling stuff, find the articles, find the information. It's out there. A lot of it's even reported from time to time in the mainstream press. It just, they don't highlight it and show the importance of it as it needs to be. So I just hope that people will start waking up and start holding the government accountable so that they stop this stuff. You know, if the U.S. government would be obeying the Constitution, we wouldn't have these problems. If they would stop meddling in foreign countries, if they would stop hiring terrorists and double agents, triple agents, and doing all kinds of things that the American government really has no business doing, Americans would be a lot safer, we'd be a lot richer, and we wouldn't have to be giving up all our rights for this stuff. So I really appreciate the work you're doing, Alex, and you know, I really want people to start waking up now.
Well, Alex, we appreciate you. Folks can read your articles at jbs.org. Do you have your own private website?
No, I don't actually, no.
All right, well, we appreciate you spending time with us. We'll continue to follow all your great reports on the Copenhagen takeover. Are you going to be in Mexico City for their next attempted global government takeover this year?
Not sure. We've talked about it. I used to live in Mexico City, and so we'll see what happens, but I'm sure we'll let you guys know, huh?
All right, thank you very much. We'll be right back with Dr. Frederic Whitehurst. Stay with us. Coming up, we've got Dr. Frederic Whitehurst, the FBI's most famous, successful whistleblower, former head of the FBI crime lab, because I wanted to talk to him about the culture at the FBI. Because I just constantly see confirmed news articles where they just frame anybody and everybody and shut people up, and it's creeping me out because we've got the Southern Poverty Law Center, ADL, Fox News now, writing articles saying I'm calling for violence and I'm evil, and I'm not. All we've ever talked about is not having violence. And I've had people showing up at events saying, hey, let's kill cops. And I've been covering military drills and had people just pop out of the bushes and start setting fire to things, trying to say I did it. I mean, I've had them try to set me up over and over again. Military intelligence, it came out in the news, last year that Ron Paul and myself are surveilled by the Pentagon illegally. That was even in the Baltimore Sun. And I'm a syndicated radio host. I'm a constitutionalist. I'm a libertarian. And there's an article every day in the New York Times, London Guardian, Fox News. I mean, there's an article every day saying I'm violent and that I want terrorism. And so that's not a few weeks ago when I wanted to get Dr. Frederic Whitehurst on, that wasn't my main reason for getting him on, but I wanted to ask him his advice as a whistleblower and somebody they tried to persecute. We're going to break here in a moment, but we're going to go to him right now here. Dr. Frederic Whitehurst, America's first successful FBI whistleblower, forced to the president to an executive order ensuring whistleblower protection of all FBI agents who expose misconduct. His case exposed forensic fraud in the FBI crime lab and suggested it to outside oversight for the first time. And I interviewed him many, many years ago, but it's good to have him here with us today. He's the director of the Forensic Justice Project and pioneer whistleblower, Dr. Whitehurst. Thank you for coming on with us.
Well, glad to be here, sir. What can I do for you?
Well, I want to talk about your case when we come back from break, and then all the other cases of major police departments. I know you've seen the stories. Houston Police Department, Dallas Police Department, just where I live in Texas, caught just framing people in an industrial scale, and whether the culture is getting more corrupt or if there's been any good things that have happened. And then I want to ask you your advice, because I myself literally have provocateurs now jumping out at grocery stores asking me if I want to kill people. And my employees will go to a bar to have a drink, and everywhere they go, people walk up and say, hey, I like Alex Jones. What do you think of Obama? And so I want to get your take on what you think I ought to do. I guess just consulting for me here live on air with any ideas you've got.
Okay.
But we're going to break in a moment. But tell us about your current activities and your forensic justice project.
Well, when I was at the FBI and we were trying to bring to the attention of the Department of Justice there were issues in the crime lab, we realized, first of all, we needed to stop it, then we needed to fix it, and then we needed to find out who got hurt. And finding out who got hurt is a big part of the picture that in our country we seem to want to ignore. That means there could be tens of thousands of incarcerated individuals who were, I don't know whether the word is framed, but were accused by faulty science, by faulty crime lab work product. Those people need to know. They need to know. The Department of Justice has gone about this by saying, well, let's ask the prosecutors if it was material, whatever. And I don't think that's the proper way. I think if you've been treated misfairly by your government, you are part of that government, and you should be given the courtesy of somebody coming to you and saying, by the way, this stuff was flawed. If you wish to proceed with it, here's the way to do it.
All right, stay there, Doctor. That was a brief segment. We're going to come right back and give you the floor to start over and then to break all of this down. It's so important. And what you did back in the late 1990s was one of the first big chinks in the armor to let sunlight in on this. Dr. Frederic Whitehurst is our guest. We're very, very honored to have him today. We'll be right back after this quick break.